Hello, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, this is the Morning Gardener, and I am here to let you know that I've been out in the garden yesterday. Wow, like feels new coming back. Just feels new coming back. Wow. Been doing some of the same things. Been talking to people. At the let me see something here. Okay. Been talking to people, and it is a situation where people have been telling me like at the job, they've been saying, well, what do I do? It's winter time. I mean, excuse me, it's coming up on winter time. What do I do? What do I do? And then there's people that have been asking me a ton of questions about gardening. One gentleman, he was excited, he came to work and said, did you know that they're growing gardens on top of roofs? And I said, yes, it's been going on quite a while. I said, what do you think of it? And he told me that, first of all, he didn't know something like this actually took place. Hello, how you doing there? All right. Lead Farmer 73. I've been looking at some of your videos. I've been looking very good work. My favorite was the bananas that you were getting because I think it was getting cold or it was going to get near the end of the weather. And but you got the bananas. You said you got a nice little crop, and I looked at it and was wondering if bananas would grow up here in 7B. Yeah, 7B. But, I digress. But rooftop growing, I was telling them that some people are growing a garden on the sides of buildings. And that's something that basically they build a system that you could, uh, they're pots that are stacked, in other words, and in that way you could water the side of the building and they get plenty of sun and it's just, saves space. Basically, was the reasoning for that particular type of system. Um, but I looked at a little more into systems that grow on top of roofs, and I was telling them that they have to support a lot of weight, because you're talking about uh, adding a medium so the plants could grow from, and you're talking about also watering these plants, and so uh, that's going to be something that's going to be very interesting to see how many people start using that system, that rooftop system. I know that there are quite a few big companies that do it because they have the buildings that have that type of structure that'll hold that much weight. Um, but I'm just excited because fall is here in Zone 7B. Fall is here, and a couple of things are gonna people are gonna start doing. One is some people are gonna grow a fall crop. I think that's gonna be exciting for a lot of people. I'm gonna be looking out for that through the internet here, looking around and seeing who's doing what and what techniques they're using, so I could take that information and disperse it and pass it on. I usually do collard greens and kale in the fall. I think I'm going to do that as well this year and do some filming out there and get some people. Hello. Let's see, 5B zone. Okay, all right. Uh, and then we have a lot of people that are going to be fertilizing this year because they've been watching this program here that I'm putting on, and I keep preaching and talking about fertilizing um, your ground. Make certain that you do that this year. Make certain that you do that. Please make sure certain that you do that. You will see a whole different situation when you get into the spring and the summer. All right, so a lot of materials are going to be readily available this fall, and some of you know what those are. One is going number one. The number one thing is going to be is leaves are going to be everywhere, so you're going to use those. If you have a pickup truck, grab them. If you have a big property, rake them up, put them in the area where you're going to be gardening at, because you're gonna use that, and it's going to be a benefit to you. It's going to save you a ton of cash. It's going to save you a lot of money. And so you're going to also you're going to look at the limbs that you're going to be cutting from your trees when you get into the months where you start the colder months where you start pruning your trees back, some of your fruit trees or some of your landscaping trees. You're going to be pruning them back, so you're going to save a lot of that material. Just cut it up into smaller pieces, put them in your compost pile, or put them in um, is the areas where you're gonna be growing your trees and your bushes, your fruit bushes, that sort of thing. Put them in those areas. Make certain that when you put them in those areas that they're in a dark kind of place where they can rot down quicker. Or if you're not worried about how fast they rot down, just put them in an area and let them rot down. But the key one you're going to be after this year is going to be the leaves. The leaves. You're going to do that. You're going to make certain that you collect those leaves because there's no point in letting all that great fertilizer go to waste. It's a great fertilizer. Um, like I said, it's time to fertilize this year. Once the leaves start really dropping, as it gets more into the fall, you're going to be, collecting or raking those leaves up, or you're going to be collecting your neighbor's leaves. You might want to give them a heads up and say, listen, this time of year, let them do some extra work for you. Say, listen, what are you going to do with your leaves when you rake them this year? Because you usually rake them, Miss Murray, every year. Um, and they're going to tell you what they're going to do with them, and you're going to say to them, you're going to say one thing to them. You're going to say, listen, Miss Murray, why don't you set them at the end of the yard here on my yard? So there you got 30, 40 bags of leaves that the neighbors set right in your yard. But just let her know not to tell all the neighbors because they all will set their bags in your yard and you'll come out there with a mountain of leaves. You have no idea how to handle that much material. Okay? So getting the soil ready is the key for spring and summer. Getting the soil ready. That's the whole cake. Nature does it every year. We have to learn how to do that. If we haven't already been doing it, we have to learn how to do that because once you do it the correct way, you will see a world of difference. I took soil that was dead almost, and that was a brown with a white marbling in it, or a tannish marbling in it, and the soil was really poor. It was really bad. So now I have soil that is black, 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 and I love that. And it's loose and it's crumbly, and that's what you want your soil to look like when you add these materials. Organic matter is the key. Don't fall into the trap of buying all these, this garbage from these big box stores. They call it organic fertilizers, and you really look at the materials that are in those bags. They're basically garbage that industries are getting rid of, and they mark it up and they nice colorful bag with a lot of information on there. And the information is, in a lot of cases, true when they say that this is great for growing your plants, which it is. But why pay $12 a bag for it? $12 a bag. Yeah. This boy keep coming around trying to get me to feed him, and I'm not going to feed him right now because you need to lose some weight as it is. You need to lose some weight. Now, he usually comes out to the garden and mess with the tomatoes, so he has to learn how to stop that because you don't know how to cook. Okay. Just thought I'd bring him into the shot because that's my boy right there. That's it. So that's what's going on is that fertilize the soil early this year, get everything going, and we're going to have a beautiful growing season this year. This has been the Morning Gardener. Thank you very much for tuning in.